What's up, guys? It's your boy E-Rule starting a new segment here. Every Tuesday, going to be hanging out with this guy over here, Mr. Rafael Diaz, doing like a Knicks weekly report. How's it going, Raph? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, E-Rule? Nothing much, man. Everything good.
Yeah, so, I was going to just say something else, but I said, let's just get right into it, man. We was talking, offline, just saying, like, after that meetup, man, how long did it take you to get your life back after that, man?
Man, I thought, the thing is like as soon as I got home, so I got home, I'm still excited, right? The excitement is still there. It's not going to just go away like that.
Yeah.
So what I started doing, I started editing videos, and I was like, let me see what I can do with this. And, what I'm saying? Like, talk to, because this is the first time I meet these people in person. You talk to them like you know them, or once we do this virtual, and we're like, okay, and when then you see each other, you're like, okay, I got the rapport. Now I got the familiarity in person as well. So
you was having the time of your life, bro. You was having the time of your life.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I was waiting to talk to you, man. When you was like talking, you're like, oh man, you're like this. You're talking to people. I put my arm around you. I had my arm around you for like a good 5 minutes. Yeah.
No way.
5 minutes. I had my arm around you.
Get out of here. Now, Iru, were you in the game?
Yeah, I was at the game and everything. You walked past me once. I was trying to get your attention.
Where you sat at?
I was 2 rows in front of you.
You was 2 rows in front. No way. I didn't see you. I saw Cornerstone Kev. Cornerstone Kev. I saw I wish I would have taken a picture or a video with him. That's one of the few that got away that I didn't get.
Yeah.
So I saw you, but I didn't see you until we got to Legends.
No, man.
I didn't even see you at the free throw.
No, as soon as the game finished, we all was meeting outside. We was waiting for everybody to gather up, to come down from our seats. I put my arm around you, and you was talking to everybody, and I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And you looked at me, and you was like, "Oh shit, what's up?"
Oh,
man?
that's where I saw you.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot, man. I was, this. There's so much things going about it, but it was a great time. It was great. It was great to be there. Like, yeah, because my mind is always. I'm trying to just like. I'm glad I got those footages though, like those videos. I'm glad I did them. So sometimes my mind, when I do one and I start doing some, I'm like, well, stay on it. They're like, it's needed. It's needed. Like I feel like it's for me, if it's like okay, I can. I remember that time I met Die Hard and Josh and Sam, and
it's important, man, because it's like something that like regular
Legion
people don't get
Knicks,
it. Yeah, other people don't get it because
how they do.
Yeah, other people don't really get it because we're fans of something, so we all have like-minded thing here, man. So once we get together, it's like you're just so excited just to be around people that love the stuff, the same thing that you love, so it's weird. Now, I saw you, man. You was like overwhelmed with all the attention you was getting.
It took me. Yeah, Jay Boogie. It was a great time to meet Jay Boogie. Evergreen G. Yeah. So like that, those Dope Soul Sports, like everybody. Ron, John, still Knicks. I like the. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the name too. Like I'm like.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was like.
Names.
Just trying to be in the moment.
Yeah, these are some pictures here. I think Tony took most of these because he had brought like a really nice camera. This is
nice.
That's Sim right there, Sim and Steph. You got I am Jarrell right there.
I didn't see Jarrell there. I didn't see him. He must.
Well, I think you popped in a little later. So okay. I mean, when you popped in there, you was like I guess you didn't really get it. You didn't like was that your first like get together?
My very first, yeah. Very first.
Yeah, so it's interesting, man. I remember my this they go me there with my big ass head.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was all good.
Yeah, but it's interesting because you don't know what to expect, because you do a lot of arguing online and stuff, and people get mad at you and this, that, and the other. But once you meet people in person, especially Josh, man, Josh is crazy online, but in person he's a sweetheart, man. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool peoples, man. One of my favorites, man.
Yeah, definitely.
One
There
of my
goes
favorites.
Nickish right there. Nickish popped up a little later.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if you.
that's who I'm getting familiar with. Like I'm like, okay, Nickish.
Yeah,
You
they're the
know.
ones that's killing it with the merch right now. Everybody's got their
Oh, it
podcast
looks
merch.
cool though. I give him credit. It does look cool.
Yeah, my man here on the right that I'm circling with the cursor there, he was blasted, man. You want
Oh
to talk
wow,
about like he was high on a cloud, man? That motherfucker right here, he was
wow.
high like
You know,
crazy.
it's funny. Like I didn't start drinking till later. Like at first, I was just like chilling, and I don't mind not drinking. But then I started like, okay, let me have a beer. Then I had two, and then I was like, okay, I could. Then I was ready to get going.
Yeah,
But like at first, I was just like, I just wanted to continue to keep talking. You know.
yeah. You just want to enjoy the moment and stuff. Look at Jay Boogie, man. He's the king right there, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Boogie, man.
Yeah, I love talking to that cat, man. He's a real
Yeah.
nice, real genuine guy. Super nice about his business too, man. He ain't playing around with you.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Yeah, look at
Hard Will.
Hardwell.
Gotta give shout out to Hard Will too. He was cool peoples.
Yeah, smooth guy, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of cool cats, man. There goes what's the name?
Oh man, I miss Julito, man. One of the best, man.
Yeah, but this right here, this is Big Bubba right here. This is
Oh, it's Big Bubba. Okay, my
yeah.
bad.
A
Oh, and
couple
I
other
did
guys
see
there.
him. I did see Big Bubba too.
Yeah, there goes Legion too. Legion is cool too, man. I meant to make a point to say that, but I didn't really get a chance to do that. But Legion's pretty cool too. A lot of guys that got their internet persona, they get crazy. Especially me too. Me, I get a little crazy. I start yelling and screaming and stuff. But
Right. I'm a fan of it though. I'm a fan of the way you do it though. I feel like yours is better than mine.
I mean, listen, man. Everybody got to explore their personalities, see how things go.
Right.
There goes Julito right there.
Shout out to Julito, man. Shout out to everybody there.
Yeah, he's a dope cat too, man. Definitely. Yeah. Bunch of guys, man. Really, a lot of fun. A lot of fun hanging out with everybody. Yeah. I wish more people would come out. Like it's starting to get more and more people every year. So as this thing grows with the fan base, people stop getting weird about it. Just get to come together and then look, like everybody's talking, having a great time and stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like
I was awkward about it. It took me a while to adjust. I was one of the late ones to say, you know what, let me get a ticket. Like I thought it would have been sold out. Yeah. I was like, you know what, let me
Well, I'll tell you one thing with NBK, everybody it's a different atmosphere. So like if you hang out with certain other guys, they might be a little bit more rah-rah. Some other guys too, they might be a little bit more Hollywood. But I think NBK, this group that they all hang out, everybody was really down to earth, just regular people hanging out, enjoying the Knicks and stuff.
Right. There you go. That's what's up.
You agree with that?
Oh, there goes John. This is at the free throw line when we were shooting free throws. I wish, man, when I go to the Y next time, I'm going to be taking a lot of free throws. Let me tell you something. I couldn't be. I mean, I had my jacket still on and whatever. And that wristband they gave you? Yeah. I should have not put it on my right wrist. I'm like, man, but next time.
Well, for me, I had my T-shirt tucked in my hoodie. So when I went down to shoot, my hand hit the hoodie, and so I kind of messed up the shot. At least that's what I'm telling everybody.
I don't even think I hit rim when I hit. I'm like, how I missed it?
You didn't even hit the rim?
I'm at the Y, so I shoot free throws in the Y. So how am I gonna miss?
Yeah, this is the gem right here. Let me turn the sound off here. What's up with these girls in the back? See the girl in the background? Did you ever get to talk to them or anything?
No, I wish I kind of would have, man.
Literally having a good time.
Yeah, I like when they like to have fun. That's the best for me.
What makes me laugh, man, is that you don't even know that they're doing that. As you're filming, you didn't notice the girl behind you?
No, I filmed it. No, because I'm filming. The thing is, like, I filmed so much. Right. I filmed so much, so I just kept filming, and I just ignored the videos.
Right.
So I ignored the video, and I just did it, and then I'll jump on another. Then I recorded something else. Then I record the court.
Look,
let me record the courts.
You see, you got the girl in trouble.
Oh my goodness! And the thing is, like, I have people next to me too, so I'm like, oh man. So I'm kind of, I'm that's what's on my mind when I'm recording. Like, I'm trying to, like, yo man, how can I make this video while while I have a person to my left and I have a person to my right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, man. So this is an exercise, man. I like hanging out with you. I think you're pretty cool, man. So it's an exercise, man, to get you to let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not you're always like ready like Mike Tyson. You're always ready to let the hands go.
Right. Right. This is cool. This it's always great hanging out with you and coming through here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you think about the Garden, man? Because I know you said it since rookie RJ's rookie year. That was the last time you were there, 2019.
Oh, the energy wasn't as hot when that rookie year, because
Yeah.
that's when that's also like I went to the Porzingis game when
Right.
Porzingis first day back. Like I made sure to go to that game because like I don't know if I mentioned to you, but like one of the influences for me to make a video was because was because I wanted Porzingis traded, and I was mad that they fired Phil Jackson. So I was like, well, like I kind of was like, wanted to. I don't want to say I was like state, but
Yeah.
I wanted to, I wanted a rebuild. I respect the general manager and I respect the coach. I don't know if I respect the coach at that time, but like I was like, you know what, man, Phil Jackson is trying to build this right, and he's the first ever to not because he established like no more trading first round picks. So once he started doing that, I was like, okay, and then he wanted to trade Porzingis for like multiple first round picks and Jalen Brown. So I was like, so
He was.
that's how I got in touch with Nothing But Knicks. Like as soon as I made that quick video, it was like, and I was at my job doing that. So I
Right.
did a video like that at my job, and then I see Nothing But Knicks. What was my whole point? I actually kind of lost my point, but like,
That's how it is, man.
but 2019. Oh, so 2019, Porzingis gets traded.
Right.
So I was gonna put that video. I was gonna throw that video away. I'm like, okay, I was like, man, this is a bad video. Let me throw. But Porzingis gets traded, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should keep the video now. Now it makes it. So anyway, long story short, Porzingis gets traded. Now I'm like, I'm gonna buy tickets to see. I got to see Porzingis in person. Like, what is that situation of the way they traded him? Like 30 minutes later, after saying that, you know, what was it like the whole thing about his contract? Like,
Well, his brothers, I think his brothers rolled up. They tried to strong arm the Knicks, trying to say this, that, and the other. So the Knicks, like, listen, man, they basically they put their foot down. And I think as soon as they put their foot down and traded Porzingis, I think that started the culture. That started the ball rolling with us
right,
trying to clean up all the nonsense around the Garden.
right,
Not trading draft picks and that type of thing, building for the future, not catering to personalities and stuff like that.
right,
So I think that set us on the path that we're on right now, because we basically kept doing the same thing. After we traded Porzingis, we used those assets to get Randolph. Then we kept our draft picks and stuff, and then we kept drafting well and stuff. So I mean, from 19, 20, 21. So now we 22. 4 years later, look at our team now. I think our team right now is ready to make the playoffs again.
right.
We,
But technically, I would think that it was that Phil Jackson that started that whole.
yeah,
Wanted to not. He was not catering to Porzingis. He was not catering to Carmelo,
to
and
Dolan too, right? He kicked Dolan out the
even Dolan
office.
too. Oh, he kicked Dolan. I heard about that. Forgot.
Yeah. He told Dolan, go get your guitar, and get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Let us handle the basketball stuff.
Yeah, but look, they traded. Look, I hear Dennis Smith Jr. is playing good nowadays. So
He is, man. I think he had like a confidence issue. So I mean, being out the league for a little while, getting the chance to figure himself out. I think he stepped up, and I think we're gonna be in trouble on tomorrow. Playing against Charlotte. I think that because I think he's probably gonna be the starting point guard. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Terry is hurt. So Terry may or may not play. So Dennis Smith Jr. might come back and be ready to show you what we're missing. But
right.
we'll get into that though. But let's talk about this real quick. This your boy. Everybody knows that you're the king. You're the king of
That's
the
why you
Random
think I'm
fan
wearing
club.
Kentucky?
I
Why
know.
you think I got a Kentucky hat for?
I know what it is, man. You ever been to Kentucky?
No, I wouldn't mind going. How
That's
was
a
it?
good
How
road
was
trip, right?
huh?
That's a good road trip, right? To go to
Ah, sounds
Kentucky, check
good.
it out.
I'm a big fan of these college campuses, and I've always wanted to like go to campuses, especially when you watch college basketball or college football. You're like, man, it's crowded like that. It looks like if you go to a bar near there, it's gonna be super fun.
Yeah. So we should do that, man. Put that on
Yeah.
the docket. You know what I'm saying? See if we can get Eru and Raf out there on a road trip. Maybe go to one of those frat parties and
Oh snap! That sounds fun, man. That sounds fun.
yeah, man. So I mean,
Um,
this is the backstory behind this, man. This is shout out to NBA _New York. New York basketball that's on Twitter. He posted this today, man. This is our rankings so far early in the season. Knicks are 2-1, by the way. So this is our rankings. You got we're number 4 in net rating for anybody that cares about that stat. We're number 3 in rebounds per game, number 5 in fast break points per game, number 1 in points in the paint, number 1 in miles per game, number 5 in average speed per game, number 1 in loose balls recovered, number 2 in bench rating, minutes per game, and points per game. So that's some decent positive stats, man. What do you think about all that stuff there?
Sounds interesting. Still a lot of basketball game to go. But man, it's all about I would think it's all about right now Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the chemistry and the wins, right?
Yeah.
So they're winning games. Mitchell Robinson has some good moments. I think he has some good moments against Orlando. From what I listened to. What else? Evan Fournier. He's steady. He's not too good, not too bad. Still the main guy you rely on his jump shot, right?
Yeah. I think he's a decoy. He's really like a decoy.
You need somebody to hit the jump shots, and then sometimes somebody else could start feeding off of that. Like, wait a minute, Julius Randle could start hitting his shots, and Jalen Brunson. Well, those guys, Jalen Brunson he's always efficient.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have a guy who can hit their shots. Like,
I just set the table too, right? Like,
I
think of course, Jalen Brunson is the one that's doing everything right now, setting the pace and getting into the paint, getting the offense running, getting easy buckets and that type of thing. But I think one thing that people's missing, because on Twitter especially, they keeps talking about they still want to trade Fournier, they still want to trade Randle. But if you watch the game, like Fournier is kind of like the decoy, the guy that's doing the ball handling, moving the ball, getting the ball from Jalen to Randle, getting the ball over to RJ. Just being that ball mover, so I think
right. Also, and a 3-point assist guy. These guys are getting 3-point assist all game.
Yeah.
So I mean, from at least from the 2-3 games that I've watched and analyzed, it's always. I mean, I have to think 5 out of 6 assists. Like if you go to the first quarter, if they have 10 assists or 8 assists, like 7 of them are from the 3-point line. Like they're making sure that it's from the 3-point line, whether it's Evan Fournier to Julius Randle or Julius Randle to Evan Fournier, or Jalen Brunson sometimes could get in there and pass it to somebody, to like Julius Randle for a 3-pointer, or sometimes in the preseason, RJ Barrett was that guy from the corner 3, and from the elbow knocking down 3-pointers, but like this team is like they really rely on those 3-point assists. So, I like that. So I like that we have Evan Fournier helping that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Because this is an era of offense. We love defense, but we got to respect. Like, then what starts to happen? Fans start to complain. Why can't we be like Golden State? Then we start to hear those conversations. You see how smooth they move the ball. You see how many threes they shoot. Why can't we do that? Why we always got to? So we got fans that 1 minute it's all about that hardcore defense, and then tomorrow they want to start talking about look at how Golden State shoots the 3 ball. We can't keep up with today's game. Why are we talking about yesterday's basketball?
Right.
So
it's a tight argument though, because I mean we've been talking about that all summer, so we're waiting for the games to start. So now the games start already, and people are still talking about the same old shit before. But according to the stats that I put up here, people still talking about pace. All this stuff here, points in the direction that the Knicks are actually improved in pace this year. Number 5 fast break points, number 1 in miles per game, number 5 in speed per game. Those type of ratings, man. We've always been at the bottom of the league since the last 4 or 5 years. We've been at the bottom of the league, in these stats here, man. So now we're kind of like in the upper echelon, top quarter of the league. So there's a lot of positives to talk about when it comes to the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, right now what I see often on Twitter is Emmanuel Quickley. Like, if you want to talk about Emmanuel Quickley,
yeah,
there's ongoing conversations about that. Like,
we'll
there's a lot of tweets about that.
Yeah, talk about that. What are they saying on Twitter about Emmanuel Quickley?
I mean, for me personally, like when I watched a game and kind of analyze it, like yeah, he goes 0 for 6, right? Like against the Memphis Grizzlies, he went 0 for 6, right? Like, but in the first quarter, if you look what, and I try to argue with people, and I even showed them the video clips too. But if you look at the first quarter, like Emmanuel Quickly is not getting the stats, but Emmanuel Quickly is the guy that's um deflecting the pass, then gets the ball, then takes one dribble, passes it to RJ Barrett, who takes one dribble and then passes it to Julius Randle for a layup against the Memphis Grizzlies. Then then you see him do other things like you know, find, dribble, take a few dribbles, finds RJ Barrett and to the right of the basketball court, and then RJ Barrett finds Mitchell Robinson for a bounce pass, and he gets an and one. Like, does Emmanuel quickly get credit for decisions like that? And I think I find that sort of stuff valuable. Like, okay, you may not get the assist, but you're still involved, and that's
Yeah,
okay with me. You know what I mean? And he's defending. You
yeah.
know, so
And he's a big part of that pace stuff too. You like him out there. He as soon as he gets in the court, he makes us faster. But yo, that Memphis game was bad. That was a really bad game. But
hmm
fast forward, I see Sherman saying, you must get rid of IQ. I was saying the same thing, but JJ points out yesterday he had 8 assists. IQ had a really good game yesterday against Orlando.
mm.
Yeah,
But
man.
then again, they lost. They lost. They didn't have the starting point guard out. It's a good break. It's a good. We had a good two good situations. We had the Pistons, which we destroyed them. It was
Yeah,
over by halftime. A lot of have you noticed that a lot of these games so far are like over at halftime? Like that's what I noticed when I was since preseason. I'm like, yo, bro, like it looks like since halftime gone. And one thing that impressed me about that Grizzlies game was that like the Knicks are, if I forgot what was the at the fourth quarter, even though Cam Reddish did hit that 3-pointer, but like to be able to score 105 points, or was it? I forgot how many. What was the score at the end of the fourth? But I'm surprised that they were able to score as much because we know this team last year struggles to score, even on the when Julius Randle's All NBA season, there wasn't scoring like that. They were dependent on defense. So this
yeah.
is the first year that I'm like, oh, they're ready to take it to people. Like they're letting people know we can keep up, we can score as much as you can score.
Well,
I
one thing
kind of
that
I'm a
like
little
the second
impressed.
half of that Memphis game, we outscored them. Like we were
Okay,
losing. I
yeah,
think we were losing, or yeah, they tied the game, but we
yeah,
kind of outscored them a little bit
yeah.
going
Because
into that.
at halftime, it was like they had like 61, we had like 45
Yeah,
or 48. You know what I mean? So they came. The Knicks climbed a lot for them to and a lot
yeah,
of that was Cam Reddish.
yeah, definitely. That first game, I think we had I think Memphis had when Memphis did it, they had 36 points in the second quarter, and then to add 36 to 25 for the game, 23 to 23 for the Knicks. But then in the second half, we had 33 and 29, in that second half, man. So we poured it on. We just gave it back to them, and that's what caused the overtime and stuff like that. But little things like little mistakes and stuff we still got to clean up. I really think
hmm
that game, against Memphis was really just nerves because I think we started the game kind of slow, a little off. Especially RJ, man. What do you think about RJ's play? Do you think that he can snap out of it?
RJ, and I have to like try to balance that out, like with my Twitter Spaces talk. But
Mhm.
long story short, I think RJ. How did I say it before? I said it before. I want to repeat myself. RJ was hitting his shots in the preseason, right?
Yeah,
And in this game, he uh he was defending John Moran a lot. So my impression was he was being asked to hit all his shots plus defend John Morant. And for me, that weighed on his field goal percentage. And
you
that's why
think
he
so?
went 3 for 18. That was
Well, a lot.
my
A
my
lot of those shots
impression.
were like right at the rim, though, man. Some of those shots were like point blank range, right at the rim.
Yeah, I can't disagree. But I was talking about more of his 3 pointers because his shots during the preseason was always cash. So I'm not mad that he took the 18 shots. I'm just surprised that he missed as many because he was like one of the most efficient players during the preseason.
I was calling him Larry Bird, bro.
Yeah, oh, okay, I'm not surprised, but
He
so
was
he's hitting all his shots, and I was like, you know what, maybe the conversation is with RJ. He's not the most athletic, so I was like, okay, he's not the most athletic, and he's being asked to guard Ja Morant. Maybe that affected his jump shot. But I think I'm starting to believe maybe I'm mistaken. You know what I mean?
My thing, man. Once these guys lace it up, and they know their assignment and stuff like that. They're professionals. They got to get out there and play, man. John Morant is who he is. You can't stop him.
Right,
You just gotta like try to contain him, try to direct him in the direction that you want him to go.
right.
That's the only thing that you can do. You can't stop that guy.
No,
The first
really.
play of that game, right? The first play of the game, he had a nice little scoop layup, right? Within I think 30 seconds in, not even like 15 seconds into the game, he was already at the rim with a layup. So you can't stop that guy.
Right,
So I mean, so on that's not to me as a professional, you can't take those type of things to heart to mess your game up because they're gonna score. You can't stop them. Like a guy like
right,
Jordan back in the days, he would drop 40, 50 on you. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. You just got to go back on the other end and do your thing.
right. Compete.
Yeah. So that's one thing I will say about RJ. He did have 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and stuff. Like you say, he's playing defense, getting to the free throw line, that type of thing. So he was contributing to the game. But certain things, I mean, like 3 for 18, 37 minutes. Tom Thibodeau. It's kind of early to pull guys' minutes too. Because you're gonna kill their confidence. But 37 minutes for RJ in a game like that, he probably should have cut his minutes down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad. So I'm glad he's still confident taking those shots because Tom Thibodeau. We all know Tom Thibodeau. He wants you to stay. He wants you to stay confident.
Yeah.
He don't care. He don't want you to care what the fans think. He wants you to stay aggressive and stay confident when you're shooting that shot.
Yeah.
And for you to continue to work on your shot. So that's what it's all about. Like, hey, listen, the coach. I gotta be confident, and I can't get distracted by these Knicks fans on Twitter.
So let me get this from you, man. Like you're on Twitter all the time. You're banging with these guys. So how do you keep your confidence out there to keep fighting those guys? Because sometimes they get a little too crazy. I remember like last year they were kind of getting a little bit too crazy on you. But now I feel like things have changed a little bit. They're not ganging up on you as much.
Yeah,
So how do you stay consistent to keep getting in there?
I'm right. Is what's happening. I'll be right sometimes. Is what's happening. That's what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when because I who you think is having a tougher time right now, Emmanuel Quickly or RJ Barrett?
Well, I mean, I think IQ had a really good. He had a really good game against Detroit. Let me see what he had on that game. Just the last night he had 8 assists against Orlando. But let me see what he did the last game. We're just quickly had 27 minutes. He had freaking 20 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. So he was kicking ass that last game. He basically put us on his back for a good portion of that game too. 27 minutes off the bench. So he had a really good game.
Emmanuel Quickly is getting killed on Twitter. Like, pass Cam Reddish the ball. Like, that argument, I can't really, you know what I mean? Like, I can't, he got to move the ball a little bit. Like, I can't, But at the same time, I wouldn't make him the number one villain right now because he's not, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't sign a $120 million contract extension.
Right. But why is there so much emphasis on just passing the ball to Cam Reddish? Get the ball to Cam Reddish. Stop passing it to. They just want their guy to go off rather than the Knicks win. Because I see that's the conversation mostly. The conversation they just want their guy to get off.
It sounds like a distraction to me. I mean, again, Emmanuel Quickly's not getting. He's getting. You know how many? He's getting paid $1.5 million.
Right.
Wasn't that the status quo? Hey, listen, Julius Randle is the highest paid player, so I got to get at him.
Right.
Well, he's not the highest paid player no more. Emmanuel Quickly isn't either.
Yeah. I mean, is RJ the number one or is it Jalen Brunson? Is it Jalen? Jalen's the number one guy now.
Right now, right now, this year, I think it could be Julius Randle this year or Jalen Brunson, but those guys are, they're playing too good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're seeing good basketball from those two.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So since we talk about Quickly, man, what do you think Quickly is going to do about Dennis Smith Jr.? We briefly talked about him a little bit. Shout out to Paris Duggar
oh,
with the super chat here. You know, he mentioned Dennis Smith Jr. So I mean, for the highlights, I don't know if I can find the highlights of him, man, but he's been really playing really good. Not just good, he's been playing real decisive basketball, man.
I don't know about his offense, but I know defensively he was playing very good basketball because when he got traded to the Pistons, he used to get a lot of steals and blocks. I'm like, yo, how's he getting them many steals and blocks? And he even played in Portland and still contributed defensively. I'm like, yo, okay, so he's improving defense, but offensively, I didn't see this coming at all.
Yeah, me neither, man. I think he just found his. You know, sometimes it takes guys longer to develop. You know,
Mhm.
and I would use the word development a little loosely because it's not really development; it's really just confidence at that point.
You
You
know
know,
what's
because
crazy?
Dennis. Mhm.
No, I was gonna say, you know what's crazy that he was almost traded to Charlotte. You know what I mean? You
Right.
remember?
Hmm.
No, carry on.
No, you're right, man. You know, it's just it's just about opportunity. Right now, I thought Charlotte was a bad spot because they had LaMelo Ball there, and they also got Terry there. But both of those guys are hurt, so now he's getting the opportunity. So it's really just about confidence, opportunity, and just getting the chance to get out there to show what you can do. And he's taking advantage of it right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like it was either Dennis Smith Jr. Like it was something about we traded Dennis Smith Jr. for Derrick Rose, so that was a good trade.
Yeah.
But I think we were after Terry Rozier. So
Yeah. Guys, we're talking about training Julius Randle for Terry Rozier.
oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. So what do you think about that now? Like if we would have traded Randle for Terry Rozier, where would we be right now? Probably losing.
Uh, well, we wouldn't be holding RJ Barrett accountable, so that's where we would be.
Yeah, I know. I mean, literally RJ Barrett, it would be his team exclusively.
Hmm.
Because it would be nobody else for to take the brunt of the pain. Because right now Julius Randle, he's taking the brunt of everything.
Right.
It's he earned it though for all the stuff that he did last year. But
Hmm.
without having him, that allows RJ Barrett to have these games where he's just playing like completely shit on offense, and then fans are never going to give him
No,
the fire
exactly.
that he deserves.
Right. So I mean, it's now he gets to do his thing, continue to develop, continue to work on his game. What was that?
Yeah, what do you think about this? He's saying that RJ is what he is. Stop for him to be looking for
He's
stardom. He's just a solid player.
yeah.
I could agree with that. But even in the last game, he didn't have a good first half. That first half was atrocious, man. He was playing
Against
like pure
Orlando.
dog shit. Yeah, against Orlando, he was playing like pure
Oh.
dog shit. But the second half of the game, he made a couple shots in the third quarter, and then finally in the fourth quarter, he was still playing bad. But in the
Hmm.
fourth quarter, he was able to get some points in transition. So
What about
then,
what about defensively?
he defensively, he wasn't playing good defensively. That's another thing too. He was not playing good
Okay,
defensively
that's
against
a
Orlando.
question because like if you're not efficient on offense, like how are you playing defense now? Like that's what
Yeah.
I want to look at. That's all.
Yeah, so talking about defensively, I think that the game against Orlando probably might have been like one of his worst defensive moments because there was quite a few times where guys were blowing past him, where he was missing defensive assignments. Like
Mm.
the stuff that people say about Julius Randle being lazy, whatever. RJ,
Right.
had a bad game yesterday as far as getting back to his matchups and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm saying that, but we still won by like a lot of points, whatever. But we could have won by 20, almost 30 if RJ Barrett was more solid, throughout that game there because we kind of kept Orlando in the game yesterday.
The only thing I'll say this, I believe we should be busting RJ Barrett's chops a little bit, but I'll say this much: salute to Jay Boogie. What's up, Jay Boogie?
Yeah, man, J Book, I can hear him reading this right now. Can't you hear his voice when you're reading
Yep.
it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah,
I hung out with these two hosts. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful hit. Oh man. Salute.
yeah, man.
Salute. Three capital S's. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll do anything for that guy, man. And
Yeah, that's
that's
my
weird
guy.
to say, right? If he
Shout out.
said, yo, E-Run, I need you to do this, but like, yep, you know what I'm saying?
I,
I'll
I
do
I
it.
I appreciate the wisdom that he comes with because I know if like we're talking, he's gonna say, he'll say something that what we need to focus on is this, this, and this, and this,
Yeah, he's a
and
leader,
he's
man.
right, and he's right. And some of those, like I told him when I saw him on the event, those conversations are needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes even when after he finishes, I told him, and I kind of felt bad. I'm like, I have nothing else to say. So he kind of like I had nothing to say.
Yeah, he airs the room out, man. As soon as he comes in there, he says everything that needs to be said, man. It's
I
almost like
was
a
just like, okay, man, I think I'm good from here. I wish I was thinking clearer,
yeah.
but shout out to Jay Boogie, shout out to the event, shout out to NBK, shout out to Sam, shout out to uh Tony Crow, shout out to Dope Soul Sports,
There's so many, man. We met
and
so
still
many guys
Knicks.
yesterday.
Everybody was there.
Yeah, but the thing with Jay Boogie, man, like I always try to say, like since we're content creators, Jay Boogie's very important to the culture. He doesn't have a channel or anything like that, but he does the music, man. So that's
Mm-hmm.
extremely important. He's like the soundtrack of the New York Knicks culture right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing about him is that when you see him, you just see somebody that's a leader. He's just doing his thing.
Oh, that's
He
true
don't
too.
necessarily care what anybody else is doing. He say, "Listen, I'm doing this." I heard him say it so many times, "I'm doing this." Right? Like if you want me to do something, let me know because I'm ready to go now. Same thing with me.
Yeah.
I'm doing my podcast. I hit people up all the time. Hey, you want to do a show? You want to do a show? People always leave me hanging all the time, right? But listen, I'm telling you, listen, I'm doing a show. I'm gonna do it anyway. Whether or not
Right.
you come on a show or not, I'm gonna do a podcast when I feel like it. And I've been doing that, since 2018, regardless if somebody
Mm.
comes on or not. So I mean, like if you're gonna talk Knicks and have a good time, let's do it.
Yeah.
But if not, then let's just keep it moving because I
Mm.
gotta get this content out,
Right.
just for my own self.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, just the whole thing. I'm monologuing, Raph. I'm
No,
monologuing
it's good. It's good for me. I mean, I can listen to this.
because
Yeah,
like the
carry on.
ESPN, ESPN, right? We trying to
Mm.
get away from them. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm.
don't want to be ESPN. I want to be Eru. So I'm putting out stuff Eru that enjoy, and it makes me feel good that people resonate with it. So I
Mhm.
encourage, like I said, I encourage you to do it. That's why I got you on here. I encourage you
Mhm.
to do it how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And people will see it and they'll resonate with you, and whatever.
Right.
Everybody else got their own thing to do, so just do
That's
it.
true too. Yo, yo, yeah. That's another thing too. Like the idea of trying to compare it to people to one another. We're too. I'm starting to realize that, like we're all too different. Like things are too different. Like I might get with. It's like it doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
I wish I could be sometimes like that. I'm like, man, I was like, I want to make as much as these guys, but I'm like,
But you got to be you, brother.
I'm just too. I was like, Ralph, you're in the different lane, and you have to respect it. You're onto.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
looking for something else,
what did Hard
and
Will tell you, man? What did Hard Will tell you? How Hard Will was telling you, listen, just do you, bro. Do
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody in the room respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay Boogie, everybody respect Jay Boogie off the bat. But everybody in the room nobody's no higher than the next. Jay Boogie was calling everybody superstars. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So you have to look at yourself in that way, in that regard. Have that
yeah.
confidence in yourself. Because people fuck with you. People know who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So people care to hear what you have to say. You
Yeah, I
know?
appreciate it, man. Likewise, likewise. But again, like I just know that I got this. I feel like I got this vision. I got this plan, and you know, and that's what it is. So it's gonna take how long it's gonna take because I gotta love what I'm doing, and I love what I honestly can say. I can look at myself like I say, I love what I'm doing. Like I really like what I'm doing. I wish it was as much as, but I really the little I'm doing, whatever I'm doing, I
Are you
love what
having
I'm
fun
doing.
though? You having fun?
I have fun too.
Man, you
I have
was
fun.
having the
I have fun
time of
here
your
too. I'm
life on
having a
Friday.
great time. I think.
Friday, you was having the time of your life, bro.
What was that?
You was having the time of your life on Friday.
Oh, on Friday. Oh man, forget it. I was through the roof. That was.
But yo, what's the slogan
And,
for the
and,
for the company that's on your hat? What's the slogan for Nike?
oh, just do it. Just do it.
That's
That's
what I'm
it.
trying to say.
That's it.
Yeah.
But man, the conversation was so good. I'm trying to get back to it, man. I'm trying to forget where we were at.
Shout out to Paris Duggar though. He gave another super chat. He said the Knicks were winning because of depth. Fresh legs, 48 minutes. Another thing too with that is Tom Thibodeau. I'm gonna have to get rid of this post.
Oh, that's a good conversation.
Yeah. So get into it. This is what I put up for Tom Thibodeau. I'm gonna have to delete it because I think that dude, he's been doing a really good job substituting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it possible that last season was more of the situation more than him while looking at this season? Or did he learn? What do you think? It was a possible that he was so bad that he learned from it, or that the situation was that bad that
Well, Tom Thibodeau, I think he sets the table from the summer. Like I think as soon as we got Kemba Walker and Fournier, he already had a mindset of how he wanted the Knicks to go. So as soon as the season started, and then Kemba wasn't ready, and all the stuff was happening on the roster, RJ
Derrick
had a
Rose
bad,
playing 25 games.
yeah, Derrick
You know,
Rose is a big loss too. So there's so many different things that messed up what he wanted to do. So I think that
derailed.
played into it. Yeah, I think that played into the part. And then he chose Alec Burke to be the point guard, and that was the death to him at that point.
And it's not like people love Emmanuel quickly now, anyways. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, Alec Burke too. Alec Burke was our starting point guard all year.
Yeah, but yeah. I appreciate what RJ Barrett is defending Alec Burks. Mitchell Robinson is defending Alec Burks. That shows character to this team. I respect that. That kind of earned my respect with Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. Everybody who's supporting Alec Burks is they're earning my respect because they're defending one another, and that's how it should be. Because sometimes, like the saying goes, it's a doggy dog world. Sometimes, you know what I mean.
You know who else is supporting Alec Burke? Kaiden Randall.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. He said he circled the game for Detroit. He wanted to see Detroit because he wanted to see Alec Burks again. That's his guy. He's a veteran.
Julius Randle and Kaiden Randall.
Yeah, definitely, man. Alec Burks is a veteran. So to talk so much about him, as much flames he was getting last year. I mean, he's a journeyman. He's been around the league, plays for so many different teams. If he's on your team and he's on the bench in the role that he deserves to play, then he's a good asset to the team. But the Knicks had him as a starting point guard, so it's crazy.
No, but much credit to Alec Burks because it's not like he wanted to play point guard. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was asked to do it, and he just did it, and he did it to the best of his ability. So people like that, they deserve a standing applause versus like, oh my goodness, Alec Burks. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's not how it goes.
So what does that do for leadership too? Because Alec Burks is doing the most. Doing just being a professional, playing in a position he's not made to play, but doing it because the coach asked him. So from a leadership standpoint, it shows Obi Toppin. Listen, you got to work no matter what the situation is. IQ work because no matter what the situation, you got to work. So Alec Burks, at least he set the table for us. From a leadership standpoint. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man. No, what I'm trying to say, like Alec Burks was when Derrick Rose was playing. Alec Burks was coming off the bench. He was on fire too. Yeah. Like he was good off the bench. Like he don't mind coming off the bench, giving you 20 points, and getting his favorite shots because he knows how to score.
That's his role though. His role is to play swingman. Play the 3, play the 2. Score, play defense. That's his role. Hit the open shot. His role is not to be dribbling the ball out. Looking for other guys to get other guys shots. He's supposed to be playing off the point guard.
Right.
So that's the big problem there. And then he didn't have Derrick Rose all year last year to fall off of. So.
We needed Derrick Rose even when Julius Randle had an all NBA season.
Yeah.
We needed him. If not, we were about to we we made it to the 4th spot, but it wasn't by much. It was like
that season, Alec Burke was like our go-to guy. He was like our a clutch performer in the 4th quarter. He was the one that's getting all the big shots for us down at the stretch there. Yeah, man. So there's a couple guys here. Shout out to Tris D. Tris D said he don't know what we're talking about.
So speaking of that season, what do you think about this season? Do you see a lot of similarities? Are we a top 8 seed?
Well, I see a lot of similarities in the effect that everybody's healthy and Tom Thibodeau has set a plan and everybody's going through with it
and executing it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. So Tom Thibodeau has a plan. Everybody's executing it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, that's all it is. There, basketball it's a simple game, man. You just like if you're playing in a park, like you kind of just pick your spots, you move out the way, you cut, you move around, you do what you do. That's just basic. That's just the way basketball goes. But if you're playing organized basketball, now everything that you do has to do with the team concept. So like you're standing in a certain place for a certain reason. You're setting a pick and you're moving to another spot for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau he does a great job of organizing. So having that point guard is important, man. So shout out to guys like Alfred Payton, man. Those guys. He got a lot of flames too, but he was very important for that year, also the COVID year.
Well, and really, much credit to Leon Rose, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy with Leon Rose when bringing Kemba Walker and having Tibbs take all that blame and having Randall as well take all that blame.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Who took all the blame? Any other veteran that was in the roster took a lot of blame.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny. Like, one thing I'm learning is like, how we talk. You just mentioned about setting a pick and rolling. Like, the terminology in basketball always throws me off. I'm like, so he set a pick and he rolled. I get that part, and that's called a backdoor. And and because RJ gets beat backdoor.
Yeah. A lot.
So if somebody sets a pick and they roll, that's called and makes a layup. Is that called the backdoor? Right? I mean, sorry.
It depends, right? I mean, with the backdoor pick and roll, those are like the oldest terms in the book. But nowadays, they got dribble handoffs and all this other stuff, ice in the screen, and all this other things that people just come up with as time goes along. All that is just BS. Everybody calls things differently, man.
It's just basically a pick and roll.
Yeah, just a pick and roll.
It's just a pick and roll. Oh my goodness, I used to get so confused about, in the early years. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Knicks are running like a read and react offense, man. So they're not necessarily running like hard plays. Where like say like a team like Indiana, when we played against Indiana, they were running a set play where they had a guy and they were just sending him down into the middle, and then guys are moving with a purpose. The Knicks are not really playing like that. The Knicks are playing, okay, I got the ball here. I can make a pass here, something's gonna happen. I make a pass here, something's gonna happen. People are constantly moving, so I think that plays to our advantage too.
But I kind of seen quickly, right? And this is more than one time, especially with Isaiah Hartenstein. If sometimes he tells Isaiah Hartenstein, "Come over here, come over here, set this pick," and sometimes, I mean, they always have issues between Quickly and Hartenstein, but when he tries to pass him the ball or so forth, like there's always issues. But that's some. I'm starting to see like is Quickly trying to call plays now. Like, is he trying to call plays? I think he's one of the few ones that's actually trying to call plays. Like, bro, set a pick, and then sometimes he does it. And sometimes he forces him too. So
yeah, Hartenstein is doing the same thing too. When he gets the ball up top, in the high post, he's getting the ball. As soon as he gets it, he's waiting for the guy to cut to the basket. Because as soon as they cut, he's going to give the ball to them. So there's a lot of chemistry stuff going on. Guys are looking at each other. They're trying to get familiar and stuff. So, right now we're in the beginning stages, man. So I put the stats up here. One thing that sticks out with the stats is the assists, man. The Knicks have are averaging a lot of assists. Quite a few.
I'm telling you, a lot of them is 3-point assists too. A lot of them is from the 3-point line. Like, bro, like in the first quarter, they got 7 of them from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So Tom Thibodeau, he loves that.
Yeah.
That's what he cares about.
Yeah, what his offense is really just move the ball. You have to.
The only guy that I've seen that gets 2-point assist is RJ Barrett when he cuts. It's usually like Julius Randle posting up, Ja Morant, RJ Barrett cuts, Julius Randle passes him, RJ Barrett takes a dribble for a left-hand layup. Like that's what I usually see. That's what I'm starting to see, where we only get a 2-point assist. Right. But a lot of them is usually for the 3-point line. RJ Barrett is being asked to knock those 3-pointers, corner threes, or from the right elbow. So, that's what I'm seeing a lot.
Yeah, we're
Randall to
making we're
RJ.
making the right plays too. We're making like when we make a play, it's a quick play. We're getting the offense going
Oh,
quickly. That's
well,
one thing about
I,
that.
I feel like it seems quick because Julius Randle's only taking one or two dribbles.
Right,
So, it could take 24 seconds, or it could take 15 seconds or 20 seconds, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel heavy.
right.
You know what I mean? Like there could be two or three passes, and then Julius Randle will take one or two dribbles, and he'll make his move, and he'll live with that situation, and it's a sound situation for the most part.
Yeah, like last year, when guys were moving the ball, it was like you could see the paint drying.
Well, we don't
Julius
have a
Randle holding
point
the ball
guard.
too long.
I mean, this is what happens when we don't have not one point guard, but we didn't have 2 point guards.
Right. Yeah,
So
we had Crazy Quickly and we had Burks last year, so that's about it.
yeah, that's like.
So check it out here, man. You see Jalen Brunson with 7. You got Emmanuel Quickly with 5 per game. Julius has 3 still. RJ Barrett's almost there with 3. Derrick Rose almost has 3. Toppin's contributing a little bit with 1.7. Fournier as well. So they're getting a lot of good ball movement. If you play into the minutes per game too, Quickly he's averaging 22 minutes per game, but he's averaging 5 assists. So that's pretty good. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the 36 minutes per game. If we do that, Emmanuel Quickly is actually leading us in assists per game, per 36 minutes. So we're moving the ball, man. The Knicks are
Yeah,
doing a really good job moving that ball.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man. So let's look ahead, man. What do you think about this Charlotte game?
Oh, I actually want to look at the stats about how much I want to. Let me look how many points they scored, because the Knicks are putting up numbers. The Knicks are being see that right now. The Knicks are not limited to their situation.
Right.
They're letting you know if you're going to score 110, we're prepared to score 110 against you.
Yeah, they're
You know what I
prepared
mean?
to bang with guys. That's what I think. We can compete with anybody at this point.
Right.
But when it comes to defense, it's really, really more possessional. You got to really be able to defend certain possessions, make a stop. Against Orlando, we needed to make a couple stops down the stretch, and we were able to do that. But aside from making those stops, we were scoring on top of it.
Yes.
So
And that kind of reminded me. I mean, and I don't want to compare teams, but I just want to look at a situation like, in the first opener, not our home opener, but it was the Lakers against Golden State Warriors.
right,
Like, I remember just listening to like LeBron James talk about, them having the ability to. They had so many great looks, but they were missing them.
right,
And how what was that saying that he said? But we're not a good jump shooting team,
right.
so they're gonna give you the free looks. Like, this is a different league. Like, this is why I'm pushing the whole narrative of, like, you can't just depend on. I mean, defense is important. I'm not gonna. I don't want to score. I don't want this team to score over 120. An opponent to score over 120 against us. But I also believe, like, not taking Evan Fournier at the starting lineup at the moment, because he's among the reasons why we can't score 115 against Memphis, or 112 was it, against Memphis Grizzlies, or against another team if we need to. Like, that's important. That's an important insurance. Like, that keeps you in game. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
I feel like that's more keeping the conversation about basketball versus the optics and the trying to be cool as
Well,
the
let
other
me.
cool kids.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like high
Like,
school. It's like high school. The conversation that's happening out there.
right.
Well, let me throw this at you, man. Right here, the points per game. The Knicks are averaging 119 points per game early in the season, so that's good for 6th in the NBA. And we're giving up 107, which is also good for 7th in the NBA. So that's upper echelon. We're basically in the top third of the league as far as points scored and defense right now.
I wonder what they're gonna say about this season. Thank goodness it's not COVID season. Nothing like it. They're just gonna say, um they're gonna have to respect this season. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to get back to talking basketball. Not talking bullshit all year. You're talking real basketball.
Yeah, you gotta, or a little bit of both, right? You gotta do a little bit of. You can't do maximum.
Right.
Can't do garbage all day.
Yeah.
But look, they got a pretty good roster.
Charlotte, right?
Charlotte. So yeah, Kelly Oubre.
He's averaging what is he averaging 17 right now?
He had a
17-6.
24-10 game against the Hawks on that loss.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a win. They scored 126. So we got to score. I'm not surprised. The Hornets has always been a team that can score.
Yeah. Always been a run and gun team. Always been
they can score. They don't forget about defense. They always let you know if you want to go for 120, we're ready to go there with you. And finally this season we could do that.
They averaged that for the year so far, 122 points per game early in the season. They're giving up 111. So that's right up the Knicks' alley because the Knicks have been averaging 119. So the Knicks could bang with these guys offensively, and then they're not playing defense like how we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we play our game and they play their games, we should be. Not saying we should be able to beat them, but it should be good.
They always ruin it. They know how to ruin things for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, check this out. They're missing some of their best guys, man. But Terry Rozier, he's averaging 23. You got Gordon Hayward averaging 19. Oubre's averaging 17. There's a new guy, Nick Richards. He's on.
He went to college with Quickly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Obi Toppin. I don't know. There was a situation where Obi Toppin said he would have dunked it over Nick Richards in college. Can't nobody stop him. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I don't know about that because Nick Richards right now he's averaging just about a double-double. He's playing really good this year. So he's coming on right now, and he's only averaging 22 minutes per game. So what happens if they finally start starting that cat? He might actually be able to give you 20 and 10.
Right, but he's young. He's young.
Yeah, it's still early.
We got enough young guys to know that when you're young, you're going to be inconsistent.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of young, Dennis Smith Jr. is right on target there. He's averaging 13, 4.4 assists, 2.3 steals, bro, and 1 block so far. If you want to talk about field goal percentages, he's averaging 56% from the field, 71% from 3.
He's going for 25 points against the Knicks. That's what I'm gonna guess.
I wouldn't put it past him. I could see him getting 30. I could see him yelling at the crowd. I could see him yelling at the bench. I could see him going crazy on us.
No, I don't know about that. I think
You think he'll be humble?
Too much drama. I don't think he'll do it. I think he just wants to score and keep it moving.
Yeah, man. Well, I think it's gonna be a good game. It really depends if Jason Terry plays it because Jason Terry's playing out of his mind at this moment too. 23, 8, and 7 at the moment.
Jason Terry. I'll be honest with you. Rookie?
Well, Terry Rozier.
Oh, Terry Rozier. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if he plays, he's a Nick killer as well.
What's up? What do you think about Book Night?
He's another guy, man. He's a little bit of a knucklehead, but he finally had a good game. I think he had 10 points the last game. Yeah, but he's potentially.
He got in a situation with a car, sleeping, and I don't even know what the whole situation.
He fell asleep in the car and he had a gun on his waist and he was drunk and all kind of stuff. Crazy, man. That's young boy stuff, man. Young boys do stupid stuff like that. You don't understand why they do things like that. Yeah, shout out to the chat, man. A lot of good people here. I see 187, the new breed here. What's good, man? A couple guys that we met that was hanging out with us, man. I should have gotten guys' names and stuff. Because shout out to my man here. I don't know if you remember my guy here. Where's he at? Where's he at?
I see Kareem Grant. I remember him.
Yeah, Kareem Grant was there. Kareem Grant is my guy, man. He always shows up with the diehard Knicks merchandise and stuff. Where's my man at? Harlem CEO. That's his name.
Harlem CEO. He was there?
Yeah, Harlem CEO was there.
No,
he was there. He had the green nothing but Knicks shirt with the green sneakers.
Was that in the season? Was that in the before the game or after the game?
He was there before. He was there before and after.
Oh, and it's after.
Yeah, he was hanging out. Matter of fact, I think were you talking to him? See, man, you was out there. You were just having a time of your life. You don't know who the hell you was talking to yesterday.
Yeah, I met some new people. Can't remember right now. I need some time.
You should have. I should have been recording you. I should have been your
Yeah,
cameraman.
I was. Plus, I was recording too. So
Yeah. So shout out to Pudge. Pudge is asking me to check my email. I don't see an email from you, man. I just emailed you just now. So check your email. Make sure you send on the email to the right place, man. Pudge is trying to do some stuff behind the scenes. Shout out to Trav B Ryan. You know,
what's
Trav.
up? What's up, Trav?
Yeah, I met Trav once before too. We actually hanged out with NBK. Also, we went to the what do you call it? The draft. What was the draft party? We had a draft party in Atlantic City.
Okay.
Yeah, he popped up too. So we hanged
Maybe
out.
this year I'll do the drafting in Atlantic City.
Yeah, come out, man. You know,
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
there's a gig to do, we come out and let's have some fun, man.
yeah.
You know, one thing about Trav, he's another one. Between you, Trav, and a couple other guys on Twitter, for some reason, you guys get attacked all day long. I don't understand it.
Nah, I do be seeing Trav get. Yeah, he gets clapped. I do be seeing him.
Yeah, he gets clapped every day. It's like, what the hell's wrong with these
Yeah,
guys, man? But off
he
of
defends
basketball
himself
takes.
too. I'm not gonna act like he don't defend himself, but like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna act like people like I do. Like I've seen him like, oh man, like
yeah.
this person, that person, oh whatever.
Like you don't want to really like get involved in it where you're gonna start going back and forth, having that war type of stuff. You see it and you kind of just leave it alone. As long as they don't keep going and going and going, then I feel like then you got to step in and be like, listen, man, shut the
Mm,
fuck up with that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of basketball takes, and just because guys are like they like a certain guy more than another guy, and you're talking
mm.
against them. This shit is whack. It's getting whack now.
Man, some of those people I salute them. I'm like, yo, man, I don't got the energy for it. Like I got my, doing this. I feel like the combination of Twitter and YouTube is a lot of energy. Like
Yeah, definitely.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So to just like if it was just Twitter, okay, I probably have energy to go against everybody, whatever.
Mhm.
But like when you do both, when you do Twitter and YouTube,
Well,
man,
the thing with people, man, they trying to break your spirit. That's what it is. You know, they see that you're successful in a certain way, but they want to gang up, you have that gang mentality to jump on you. Hopefully, they can stop you from doing what you're doing. With their toxicity,
right?
and like but just as well as me. Sometimes if they do it, it does penetrate. Because some of those
Yeah.
guys are persistent, and so it does penetrate you. You want to put hands and feet on people. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And it could take you off your square a little bit, man. So you really just gotta ignore that type of stuff and then just really lock into what you're trying to do and just do it.
And it's just it's for me it's more the way I see it is more you know so competition. Salute to the homie Eero and Rob for creating dope content. I appreciate it. What's going on, John?
Yeah,
What's
John
going
is
on, my
cool,
guy?
right?
Yeah, cool people. What's
Yeah,
going
he's a
on,
cool
John?
cat too.
Yeah. It's competition. This trash talk is a lot of competition. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of egos involved. Reputation is involved, and
Yeah, but it's a whole different thing if I'm telling you shut the fuck up, stupid and this, that, and the other. It's like, come on, man, you're getting crazy now. You're taking it to the
that's
to the
past my
next,
language. Yeah.
yeah, taking it to the next level there. Shout out to you. Yep. Pudge is saying, is a mob mentality.
Right.
You gotta just let it go. Yeah. He's talking about the backdrop there. What's up with the backdrop?
You can download a dope backdrop image. Yeah, but you know what it is? You know what it is? I got the idea is to have a picture eventually. So the of a picture or whatever, like soon, like. But I just haven't been able to take that mental step because I have to learn how to have StreamYard, how to do that. So,
You'll
but
figure it out, man. Know what you should
figure
do?
it
You should get these girls to be in your background.
out.
You got to hit them up. If these girls don't recognize Ralph,
Man,
if you're watching or
I
something like
wish, man, but it was, guys, I gotta bounce, or
that.
like, hey,
Yeah, man.
I'm a single guy.
I hear that shit.
Now, I like especially when they like to have fun, because that's why I even told you, like, remember the campus, like, the idea of going to Kentucky because they're more fun. They're
You
more
trying to
fun
roll
than,
up? You trying to buy some sneakers and books for the students? That's what you trying to do?
nah, I ain't doing that. I don't know.
You trying to be the dirty old man with the books? Hey, I got some Jordans for
You
you.
know
Come on over
what? I
here.
don't. But I do like that spirit of just like,
And you collect Jordans too, right?
yeah, yeah, Jordan's Yeezys. Oh man, that's a story in itself. Like Kanye West. Like, what's going on with this guy? Like, yo,
Kanye West, he probably got an album or something coming out that he's trying to get.
mhm,
Like, every time he's about to drop something, that's when he comes out and starts popping shit. So he's just like he's basically doing the same thing that everybody does on Nick's Twitter, except that he's doing it, not on Twitter. He's doing it in real life. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
it's true. Now,
yeah.
so I do got Jordans, Yeezys,
Mhm.
and sometimes like owning the sneakers, being a sneaker collector makes you a little paranoid because you're like, yo, man, I got, this is not $100 sneakers no more. Like this is
Yeah,
a
now they're
little
starting to
better.
get yeah, it's starting to get $500, $700 sneakers. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
they start. I got them way back so that now I could be like, it's not in the back of my mind no more. Like, oh man, I missed out on this one. I like I don't have that. I have very little of that. So I'm a big Jordan fan, Yeezy, Nike Yeezy, and I got some. I got into some Adidas Yeezy. Some of them are cool. So some slides, some foams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what do you think about Kanye? Do you think he could bounce back from this? Because I mean, basically everybody dropped him. He had a clothing contract with the Gap.
yo, I can't believe that.
Yeah, the Gap
And
dropped him last month, I think.
right before that, real talk, I bought because remember the dad had we were having that conversation last time around.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen, let me get a Yeezy Gap dad hat. I was like, why don't I just get one? So I copped one, and today they said, yo, all stores are closed. Yeezy Gap is over.
Yeah, they shut it down last month. They've been taking stuff off the shelf since then. Like Gap don't want nothing to do with it now. They totally like just like listen that's not our apparel anymore. You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it is
So
what it
I
is,
wasn't
man.
anticipating that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad. So hopefully I get my stuff delivered, and I get my dad hat.
Also,
It's like,
so you're waiting for it to be delivered.
yeah, I haven't.
Yo, they might send you your money back.
Right. I hope not, man. I'm trying to get it because online, they might start bringing up the prices up.
Yeah. So
The
what do you think
price
about
might
this?
go up.
What do you think about this? Sherman is asking John, like from Still Knicks, do you think that Randall is going to be All NBA again?
Close.
Yeah, if he keeps playing like
Close.
this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. With the if you want to talk about All Stars, the Knicks have quite a few players that I think could possibly make the All
Wow.
Star
You
team.
named point guard. That's that. I think if I had to guess who's your favorite player in this team, if I had to guess, even though I know you don't have a favorite player,
Hmm.
your favorite player is 2018 diehard Hero.
Right.
Like it'd probably be Jalen Brunson. Like I'll probably be thinking like you know
Yeah, I like Jalen Brunson.
yeah.
If there's one
He's the
player,
one guy I feel like you talk the most positive about, and more and more often. Like
mhm. Well, I have nothing bad to say about him. Well, when we first got him, I was a little bit concerned about the way when he gets into the paint, he starts tap dancing. Tap
right
dancing in the paint. So I was kind of worried that he was going to get, stopped. But now that I watch him, once he gets in the paint, start tap dancing.
with the head fakes. You got don't forget the head fakes.
Yeah, the
A
tap
bunch of a
dancing, the
bunch
head
of head
fake.
fakes. Yup, all
Yeah.
them stuff. Oh,
Yeah, it's like he's
I
down
don't
there
I don't
crunking when
blame
he gets
I
it
don't,
down in the paint.
right. I don't blame that his stuff his shots don't get blocked and the
Yeah,
defense is always like, I gotta deal with this guy today. Like he has the nerve to get in the paint. He's gonna give me a hard time.
yeah.
And yo,
He has
I
no
heard,
fear. He has no
and I
fear.
gotta, and I'm ready to watch the game because I got it recorded.
Mhm.
RJ's shots getting shot. Did he get blocked a lot in Orlando?
No, man. The thing with him, he's just literally just missing shots.
Mm,
It's like playing in the park. That one guy that got all the game, but then he goes up to make a live and he can't score. And then
mm,
he's always like, "Oh man, my bad, guys, my bad." That's RJ. He's
mm.
a guy in the YMCA that's like in shape. You know what I'm saying? He got all the
Nah, nah.
basketball gear
I,
on.
Right. I would say the guy that right before the game he's hitting all his shots, and when we start the game, tip off.
Yeah.
You know, when you play, you're like, this guy's not making that one shot.
Yeah. Then you stop passing it to him because he's trash.
Yeah.
And then he might get a fast break and might dunk it and then start talking shit, man. Listen, man, you like 1 for 27, man,
Yeah,
for the evening, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's what RJ is. But the thing with RJ, man, even that game against Memphis, all the games, I felt like even on the Orlando game, if he would have made some of these shots, he would have finished with 30 points. It would have been an uneventful 30 points. But like this, he's not doing anything crazy. He doesn't have any moves or anything. But just within the flow of the offense, he can get 20, 30
But on the
points.
preseason, his handle looked tight. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch this game because I gotta watch this game tonight before because the Knicks play tomorrow. Yeah. And I want to be ready for tomorrow. I'm like, I can't beat 2 games back. I'm like, I gotta be able to watch this. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna hang this up. As soon as we do this.
Well, listen, when you watch the game, get your notebook, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And write down everything that you see that's happening, because RJ, that the whole first half, he was so bad, man. Shout out to Kareem. Kareem is waiting for the trash. You want me to hit the trash button really quick?
Trash.
That's on RJ Barrett right now. But like I said, if you can figure out how to make these shots that he's missing, because it's like chippy shots. If you can make these chippy shots, this guy's going to score 20 points with no problem every night.
Right. Let's see, man. We'll see. Yeah. Good thing we're still winning. That's all that matters. At least we're winning now. So hopefully when he gets on his groove, he'll help us win games.
Absolutely, man. This is my favorite video here.
Cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Nice. Once it gets down to it, everybody's playing well, like Obi Toppin. I see. I think Sherman mentioned Obi Toppin too. Do you think the Knicks should trade Randall so Obi can get minutes? But we'll figure that out. I think as time goes on, we'll understand what we need and how we can get better. One guy that pissed me off too is Obi Toppin, especially that last game. Obi Toppin, like people keep saying that he's Amari or that he could play center. I mean, that guy is not a power forward. He's not a center. I would say that he's a small forward shooting guard, except that he can't handle, and he can't really defend the quicker guys.
But when he was in the preseason, he was handling the ball so well. I don't know. Something's got to give. I'm gonna be patient with him because when I saw them in preseason, Obi Toppin behind the back and then lays it up against 2 people. Obi Toppin did have a nice dunk. I think like Isaiah Hartenstein gave him a nice pass. It had to be against the Grizzlies, and he dunked it against 2 defenders. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, we did play. We watched the Pistons game, so we won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And we beat the Orlando Magic. I just have to see what's going on with Orlando Magic, so to see like how they're playing, because like I feel like at the moment like Emmanuel quickly is catching a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
So but like RJ Barrett, like 3 for 18, that's not. I can't. Yeah, okay, I can't defend that twice now. Like Franz Wagner. You want me to defend Franz Wagner now? You know what you want me to say now?
Yeah. Well, at the moment, he's averaging 34% from the field, 18% for 3.
Let's keep it right there. You remember we were trying to talk. Some people were trying to talk about RJ needs to improve from the field, and then people were saying stop talking about efficiency.
Right.
Don't talk RJ Barrett and efficiency.
That's somebody freaking State. That's the State's main thing. State's always saying that.
And then look at this. And he's still shooting. What was it? What was against the Orlando Magic? 4 for 18?
Yeah, he was bad. He had 20 points, RJ, but that was like the worst 20-point game that I've ever seen. Second half he put the ball in the basket, but when he did it, it wasn't like that he was
7.
Like
okay, at least he was 7 for 19. 7 for 19 is better than 3 for 18.
3 for 18, yeah. So I mean, he got a lot of work to do, man. The thing with RJ, his problem is he just got to calm down. Whatever's going on, I think it's just mental. So I think he'll be fine. But for this whole thing, where give him the ball and run the offense and get him more shots, that type of stuff, I think that argument has got to be out the window.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well,
so you think we covered everything, man?
I think we covered everything. I want to watch the game. I'm sorry, but I kind of want to watch the game.
I got you.
I wouldn't even mind, like, I don't want to guarantee anything because like there's a game tomorrow, but like just like touch up, a little bit about the Orlando Magic game or any a season preview, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
I got you. So listen, guys, me and Ralph, we're gonna hang out every Tuesday. Ralph is getting more comfortable and stuff. We trying to get him to bust out of his comfort zone a little bit, to get loose and stuff, hanging out with you. Yeah, man, talking some Knicks basketball and stuff. So every Tuesday, more than likely between 7 and 8 or so, depending. We'll play by ear every Tuesday, but you'll see us around 7, 8 o'clock. Talking some Knicks and stuff, man. So I appreciate you guys. If you could stop by every Tuesday to hang out with us, man.
Appreciate it.
And
shout out to the chat.
Yeah, definitely. And certain days, I say if the Knicks are playing, maybe you can hang out with me and watch the game with me.
Okay, yeah. We'll see. I want to let me be more consistent, and then I want to start doing more. When I can do, because I got so much work to do. This.
I got you.
Like I wish I could have my screen. If I could, I need to have my screen up. Like this is okay for now, but like I would like to have a screen.
It looks good.
Okay.
It looks good. Figure it out as time goes on. Because StreamYard does allow you to do it too. So you can mess around with the settings. Even though you're like a guest on the show, you can still do some green screen stuff in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, you mess around with it as time goes on.
Okay, let me do some. I'm gonna have to practice. You know how that goes. It's always trial and error, and that's how it is, man.
Definitely, man. So anyway, thanks Raph. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for everybody popping in the chat. Thanks for the super chats from my man Paris Doug. He gave us $4 today. So that'll be enough to what is that? That's like the tax on a pizza or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for everybody for popping in here. Like I said, we're gonna try to do this more often, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday, man. Definitely, the Knicks play Charlotte tomorrow, so I'll be doing the play-by-play for the full game there. What you got going on, Raph?
First, I want to give a shout out to Knicks Spaces. I gotta work on. I want to be. I'm on. I gotta put in work there, so I might stop by there and a little bit. Also, hopefully I can make a video out of it and all that good stuff, So I kind of want to work on that.
Yeah, definitely.
And but it's always this is like one of the more fun things to do too. Like in terms of doing things quick and easy, like this is like one of the most fun, quick and easy things I can do. Like, I just get here, talk basketball, and before you know it, an hour goes by.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. So we up out of here. Thanks for tuning in for Knicks Roundup with Ralph and Ebru. So we up out of here, man. Peace. I always forget where the outro button is. I gotta find it. Here it goes. All right, peace, guys.
Okay.